We're talking about clinical death experiences, near-death experiences, what people see and what are the meanings that we draw from these experiences. Obviously, everybody sees the light. We're talking about the fact is that you go through the tunnel and you see the light. And people across the world characterize it either as Muhammad, Jesus, Mary, somebody, okay? And it usually comes from their religious persuasion. The question is, who is that light? Right. Could it be, according to what Dave Hunt is saying, could this be a deception? Now, it was interesting, if anybody thinks there's evil in the world, here's what I asked Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross when she was on the program. I said, do you believe there's an evil force or personage in the universe? She said, oh yeah, there's evil out there. There's been Hitler, there's been Mussolini. We realize there's evil in the world. And I said, well, if this evil spirit or this evil personality that is out there is evil, how evil do you think that he is? Oh, just really bad, because look at all the tough stuff that we have in our world. And I said, well, go one step further. Would he be this evil? That he would give you a good experience, because Kubler-Ross has had a great out-of-body experience with Raymond Moody and with others. And the fact is, would he give you a great out-of-body experience, a complete physical healing, because she had a complete physical healing, and do all of this and make you feel wonderful while you are living for the ultimate goal of actually deceiving you to damn your soul forever? And I remember she stopped and she says, he's not that evil. And now that's the question. Is there anything that rings a bell from your experience with these clinical death experiences that talks about this deception that may or may not be going on?
Oh, yes. In fact, one fellow that was shot in the chest 3 times by a transvestite, and he beat him up. And in the ambulance, he had an experience. It was beautiful. Oh. So when I was interviewing, this was one of the delayed interviews. I hate doing delayed interviews. What was I doing there? Does God ever make mistakes? He was questioning the appropriateness. He had a good experience, life review, everything. He had all the good stuff.
But he was wondering why he was there. Yeah,
because he had killed 2 people in a parking lot a year or 2 before that. He says, it's all compassion, all forgiving light. Gee, I got it made the first time around. And he was thinking of reincarnation too, because that was the only thing he believed in.
When you were on Phil Donahue, you brought this up of the 2 lights. Give me a scriptural basis for what you were saying. Refresh my memory.
Well, Christ says he's the light. Satan says, no, my name means light, or light bearer. I am the light. Well, which light is which? Which light did they see? They could have seen either one, or any other. Most other religions, there's a light. So what light did they see? And if so, which is the true light? And if all of these experiences, it comes back to the interpretation, not just the statistical analysis and gathering of data, but what does it mean? And who is the real light?
Dr. Weller?
Yeah, John, I think that is the key. How do we interpret these near-death experiences? Your illustration with Kubler-Ross is very important, because the issue is, if evil is that evil, then the positive near-death experience may carry more baggage than many people suspect. And when you look at the near-death experience, you have to break it down. People that go into the light sometimes have the perception that number 1, God is impersonal. Number 2, the important thing in the world is knowledge, not sin. Their sins are already forgiven. Number 3, universalism. Everyone who dies will be saved and be with God in a place of bliss forever. Number 4, the development of psychic abilities often happens after this experience. A belief in reincarnation and things like this. So we have to find a standard by which to judge the near-death experience. And experience is, they're a dime a dozen. They happen all over the world, have all kinds of conflicting viewpoints and worldviews, and you have to go beyond the realm of the experience and find out, okay, what is the authority by which to judge these? If you look at the deep near-death experience and examine it biblically, you find that this thing cannot be of God for a number of reasons. The intuitive perception of the message in the near-death experience is that we're to lead a good life, a positive life, to have more love. But that is not what is going to get an individual into heaven. Biblically speaking, you have to believe in Jesus Christ. So even the good can be something that is used for evil purposes in an ulterior sense.